All right, guys, welcome back. So, hope you enjoy the change up in the video format here. Obviously, you're not looking at me, but hopefully, you enjoy the scenery. And I plan on doing more of these in my videos. So, hopefully, you like it, guys. Let me know in the comments below uh, if you like this. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about, of course, Bryan Kohberger. And this is just going to be a video about just a little bit about what we know now. And I'm going to give you a little insight on the legal aspect of where we could be headed in the future. So, we know now, more than likely, that none of the Idaho 4 victims probably knew they were in danger that night. I also kind of tend to wonder now if the stalker aspect of this whole investigation, wonder if it was true. Was someone on to Bryan, one of the girls, were they on to Bryan? Was he making himself a little too known? And they picked up on that. So, all 4 victims ended up going out having a fun-filled, enjoyable evening, doing whatever they were doing. And as everyone come in the house and went to sleep, the suspect laid in wait like a predator, waiting to pounce on his prey. Definitely, guys, I'm definitely getting the feeling, and this'll all be this'll all come out whenever the police do let everything out. But I've got a gut feeling that this whole thing at that house at 1122 King Road was definitely premeditated, pre-planned, and I think the suspect, Mr. Bryan Kohberger, was just waiting for the opportunity to pull off the crime that he pulled off. We're kind of getting some insight now as to the psychology, which is weird, but we're getting some background on the psychology of this suspect. And the suspect actually studied psychology and criminal justice, which makes this case even more bizarre and interesting at the same time. Mr. Kohberger definitely has some deep-rooted evilness in him. I don't know what else to call it other than evilness. But all of this is going to come out as we go forward with this investigation and everything. So, we have learned now that he has decided to waive extradition and come back to Idaho ASAP. And his public defender has stated that Mr. Kohberger is eager to be exonerated on these charges. That's what his public defender said. Again, Mr. Kohberger is eager to be exonerated on these charges. Now remember, guys, there could be some additional charges that get applied to him. I'm not sure if they will, but there could be some additional charges applied here. But right now, as far as we know, he's got a burglary charge, and he's got 4 counts of murder. And like I said, if there's a chance some other charges could be applied here, but I'm not sure what they would be and if they're going to do it. The more charges they can probably throw at him, the better, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. Now, as we're in this video, as we're transitioning into the legal aspect of things, guys, this is where I start to kind of get worried. Because number one, we don't know what evidence the prosecutor has on Bryan Kohberger. And we have to ask ourselves, now that we're headed to court with this whole thing, what kind of funds, what kind of money or funds does Bryan Kohberger or his family have access to? Because if he has family members that are willing to and believe in him that he's innocent in all this, they could, in essence, they could help Bryan come up with money for a real good real good criminal defense attorney. And you've got to stop and think too, Bryan, it's not like Bryan worked at Walmart. I think Bryan probably had, like some people were saying, he had an office at Washington University. Was he getting paid a really good salary if he had a job at Washington University? You know what? I mean, could Bryan have been making $100,000 a year for his job at Washington University? And we all know Bryan more than likely premeditated this and planned for it. So did he plan and put money back for a real good criminal defense attorney? Because if you'll pay attention, from the beginning of this case, there were a lot of things done that legal experts on news stations were saying, well, a criminal defense attorney would pick this apart. Why did police do this? Why did police do that? A criminal defense attorney would pick this apart right here. So that's kind of what I'm worried about right now, guys. So will Bryan fire his public defender and hire a criminal defense attorney to go after these weak spots in the case? Makes you wonder. And so now you see why prosecutors want as much evidence, or the prosecutor. I don't know how many prosecutors are going to be assigned to this, but now you see why the prosecutor wants as much evidence as he can get. So what do you think, guys? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you think about everything I spoke about here. You may have to go back and replay it. That's fine to listen to everything, but definitely comment on everything I talked about in this video. And I'll try to put out another video next day or two going over some more stuff as more stuff comes to light. And let me know what you think about the video, the background here, the view that you got. Let me know if you like this and you want me to do some more of this stuff. Or would you rather see old Don B's face? All right, guys, that's it. Love you, and I'll see you on the next video.